Big speaker, commands the room, steals the show, and we want him as far away from me and David as possible because nobody will ask us about our stuff at all. That's just Steve Hawks. In fact, David and I enjoy Steve Hawks. It's our favorite part of the day, honestly.
He does a good job.
He does a really good job. I was actually thinking of asking Darren Blomquist from Realty Track, but I think I'd rather hear from Steve Hawks instead. I mean, to be perfectly honest. I love Darren, but it's not very emotionally compelling. Is there
Yeah, well,
anything?
if you want good data and you want compelling evidence that distress is here to stay,
Right.
Darren's a good guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree about that. And it's a debate. You don't know. I might have him in the afternoon to talk to you guys. I'm definitely going to have. Here's the debate. Peter O'Toole from Property Radar. Is it Peter O'Toole or David O'Toole from Property Radar or Darren Blum? I want somebody on data in the afternoon for at least 45
Well,
minutes. I
excellent.
think we
We've
have
heard
to
from
talk
Darren.
data
Else.
here. I
So, when is this magnificent
March
event?
25th. Yes, I got that date right. That day I got. The Saturday, March 25th.
And
Uh,
where?
the
Where are we
Golden
going to?
Nugget. David, what a surprise.
Perfect. All right.
So you can come in late on Friday and leave Sunday morning, and you shouldn't be able to play too much poker.
Yeah.
And just enough time for a couple of dinners.
Whether or not I play poker depends on whether or not I bring an entourage or not.
Are you bringing the whole crew?
I don't know. Davis probably for sure.
Maybe it's time for Davis to start speaking. He's now a
Um,
well-efficient door converter.
that that thought has occurred to me. Well, he's not
That's
a door converter, but he's certainly expert on bank negotiations and can tell you what's happening with the banks and um, where the opportunities are or aren't. For
definitely.
sure. He certainly would be good on a panel related to lending and negotiations and that kind of thing.
That's fantastic. We'd love to do mock drop appointments at the door. Marianne Schmelz is already planning what she wants to do at the mastermind. She wants to do mock drops
Yeah,
and
well,
door.
Marianne can do anything she wants, in my opinion.
Yeah, I honestly, Marianne, you could probably just do the afternoon by yourself so that everybody is dialed in. Um, I know what the answer is, and we'll talk about it a little bit today. Um, and since Marianne's on the call, it'll be interesting to hear her feedback. I think accountability is number one, right? Constantly putting out tags and constantly going on appointments is really important, right? Now we're having a phenomenon lately, and maybe Marianne can give some feedback. And David, I'll ask your question on this. Uh, my guy, for those of you who don't know my guy, Kevin, is getting frustrated. So he had 4 drop dead locks from the holiday. Drop dead. I want a list. Let's do something about this. We talked to him in 24 hours, and now we're at that point. And then these people disappear. Straight up disappear. All 4 drop dead locks. Yeah, I want to sell my house. And then they disappear. They're not responding to calls. They're not answering to anything. David, what's your feedback on this? Your perspective.
Well, I would get the listing at the moment they said I want to sell my house. I would have
Is that is that, I mean, is that just the simplicity to it? Just if they say I
just
want to
do it.
list in March or period or even then get it on contract then and there?
Yeah, you're doing a long-term listing agreement. So great, let's go ahead and get the paperwork started. There's a lot of prep work we need to do in advance. It's probably going to take us a month before we're ready to properly market it so we can get you the best results. In the meantime, what we need to be working on is your package and da 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 da. Yeah, yes,
Yeah,
don't. Yes, I mean you got to remember a short sale is more than just listing the house. They said, great, we need it's. I'm glad that you said that because we probably need a month in order to get everything done together. So done and packaged right. So let's go ahead and get the paperwork started. Let's go ahead and put our strategy together. Let's start building our case with the bank so that we can get you the maximum amount of cash back and help you achieve your objectives. Are you looking to get this over with do you want us to fast track this and make this go as quickly as possible, or is your preference for us to drag it out and buy you as much time in the house as possible? That's my closing question. And if they answer one of those, then they're committed. You know, in my mind, I hear let's list, and then it doesn't matter what they answer. Then I said, well, great. We should go ahead and get the paperwork started now, because we're probably going to need a month to get everything ready, so that when we do start, we can go fast, and so that we can drag this thing out for as long as possible, so that you can. So the reason I have to do the paperwork is so that we can help them achieve whatever the objective is that they told me was in the previous question. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I need to do it now so we can go faster. We need to do the paperwork now so we can go slow. But we need to, either way, I need to do the paperwork now.
Is there any way in your mind to salvage the disappearance?
I haven't figured out the cure for making people talk to me that don't want to talk to me. So, well, gosh, I'd be selling that product if I could.
That's funny.
I think that the answer to that question is really persistent. So I think that, remember, the objective of the first meeting is the second meeting. If you're getting a commitment and everything's done, then I would go ahead at the previous meeting. I would set up the next. I would not be leaving a meeting without setting up our next meeting. So, you know, in order to, in an effort to keep everything going. So I wouldn't be going on. I think the worst thing that we can do is leave a meeting and say, okay, I'll call you in a couple of days, or you call me in a couple of days. I think that's, I don't want to say it never works, but, that seems to be where it all gets sideways. As long as they've got a commitment to, to meet face to face, everything seems to stay, more on track. That's not as easy to weasel out of.
Okay, so the goal is to get them as quick and on the spot as possible. Let me knock out a couple of these quick questions.
Yeah, great. So we need to get started on your package, so I'm going to do this. What we need to do is, why don't I go pull everything. First of all, it's one thing if they're saying I want to commit on the first meeting. It's another thing if they're saying they want to do it on the second meeting. So on the first meeting, I may not be prepared to do the listing or, to do everything. So because my objective of the first meeting is to do the second meeting. On the second meeting, though, I should have a listing agreement and I should have a package that's ready to go. And if you need a package, all you have to do is email me, and I'll send you a lender-specific, short sale package if it is in fact a short sale. But by the second meeting, I'm taking my listing agreement and I'm taking, my loan mod stuff, and I'm taking my short sale stuff, and I'm ready to go any of those three directions, and I'm ready to go at the end of the meeting. It doesn't mean I'm going to go to one of those three places at the end of the meeting. But if they're in that meeting, they're saying that, yeah, I've decided we're going to sell, that we're not going to try a loan mod again, all that stuff, then it becomes, then I'm doing paperwork, and I'm going to advance that paperwork as quickly as possible. And there's nothing that ties up a property better than a listing agreement. I even tell my investor students, I said, get your real estate license, because it's much easier to get a 2-year listing agreement signed than it is to get an option contract signed so that you can get control of the property. Even if you intend to buy it, get the listing agreement in place, and then come back and rescind the listing agreement when you replace it with a purchase agreement.
I agree. Good advice. Quick questions about this, and I'll knock these out, and we'll get back to this topic. And go ahead, keep typing in your topic, and Karen, we'll talk a little bit more about front door conversion today. Gloria, do we need to make a seat reservation for if you're just attending the mastermind? You do not. Just show up. I just basically assume that everybody will show up who's a coaching student at 4 o'clock. We know who you are. If all 500 of you show up, it'll be quite a sight for the 100-seat room, but I don't think it's going to be that way. I don't think it's ever been that overwhelming. If you want to attend the morning session, right, it's $40, and that's half the price it was last year. So I've gotten the prices actually down further for you. You're welcome. That price will stand until about February 15th, and then I'll double the price because I'll know who the afternoon speakers are, and there will probably be a marquee in there or two. I don't know. I haven't approached people yet, and then actually using this audio and or this video as a podcast rebroadcast kind of puts it out there, the kind of people I'm looking at. But I will probably put a big marquee in the afternoon, a big conversion player. David and I will talk about marketing in the morning, and then it's usually people that are active in the business in the afternoon. So $40 for that day from 9 to 3 is a deal. And it really is just the seat cost, more or less, Gloria. You can buy as many seats as you want. You can bring as many of your team as you want. And the same is true for the afternoon session. If you want to bring your team to the mastermind, go ahead. I think it's better that way. Let's see if there's anything else. It's Saturday, March 25th, all day, 9 to 9. I have the room 9 to 9. I have it all day. I don't think it'll go that long. We're going to just stick in a couple of breaks in the morning session. I will try to get little gift bags on the table from the sponsors to keep everybody watered and fed throughout the day. There'll be an hour break at 3 o'clock so you guys can get a quick snack. David needs to eat and keep his sugar level up, which means he will sit probably at a table answering your questions, which is what winds up happening to both David and Diana once they get there. Nobody ever wants to talk to me. I'm not saying that like a negative thing. I'm just telling you how it is. The afternoon, I will have Fred more than likely MC the afternoon as well, so we keep it moving along at a pace, because if I get involved, I will get off topic, and then David and Diana get mad at me. That's a historical fact as well. So I will do my 15, 20 minutes on product updates, turn it back over to Fred, who will probably moderate all the panels and the Q&As and all that stuff. He's cute and he's fuzzy, and everybody likes Fred. He makes a great MC. Works out really well. And I'm sure there will be sponsors for the afternoon as well, so I'll try to get some more snacks and treats. At 8 o'clock, David will leave promptly to go have duck for 2 for 1 with me and whoever's going with us at that moment.
Well, my new favorite thing in Vegas, especially if we're downtown, is arepas.
Yeah, the arepas are really good right on the edge of downtown. I don't disagree with you. But I haven't taken you over to my new hole-in-the-wall steak thing underneath the Queen's, Adriana's, the Italian steakhouse, where they do the tomahawk chop. But the salad is the reason you go there, just to watch them ask you if you want everything in the salad. It's fantastic. See, David and I look forward to it as an eating event.
Well, my problem is that my stomach is shrunk now, and I hope I'm hungry by March.
Well, I'm trying to lose weight, and I'm thinking of competing in the Pan Am Games in Jiu-Jitsu. That'll be the week before the event. So I'll be coming in all emaciated and dehydrated. I was actually going to try to do a cage fight that weekend. I'm still planning that before I'm too old to do it. One of these days.
Do a cage fight on the 26th.
In Vegas, I've told the promoter that he'd probably have 50 to 100 tickets sold for that.
I'd buy the room to see that fight.
You have no idea. You have no idea. If they do submissions sometimes, so maybe for next year I'll set it. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we'll do a second event in Vegas this year. Depends how good I feel. I'm getting too old for it. I'm brittle. All right.
Yeah,
let's see. Marianne Schmelz piped in. Where are you, Marianne? Sometimes they have a lot of people in their ear and they really don't know who to trust. Very important to make the first impression impactful and set up another important appointment. Sometimes they still vaporize with your best efforts. I always mention that there are a lot of people contacting them. However, we are the only ones that will take care of them like their own family and have the experience to get the job for you and filter the stress. Look like a nurturer. Ha! Good answer, Marianne. Very good answer. How much? And I'm wondering about this. Okay. Right now, for me, it seems like 1 out of every 6 people realize that they're kind of in a desperate situation, David. So you're saying once you have that first meeting, the second meeting, whoever it be with, in our case, Diana,